Day one of competition continues here in the early morning in Rio de Janeiro. We are at Grumari, and here is your next heat on deck. 2014 world champion Gabriel Medina, the country's darling, takes on Stuart Kennedy. This man has just been lighting up the discussions. And well, Leonardo Fioravanti, the young surfer from Rome, Italy, based of course in Europe. And well, we'll see how these surfers square up against a former world champion. Let's go down to Kaipo because he's with Felipe Toledo.
All right, yeah, thanks, Gigs. I am down here with a defending champ, Felipe Toledo. Felipe, back to competition. Talk a little bit about your heat and your return to competition this morning.
And now the discussion becomes Gabriel Medina, the Brazilian in this heat. Of course, Medina did finish third in the world last year, Pete. You know, we think he had a bad year, right? But he finished third. Meanwhile, Leonardo Fioravanti has been lighting things up here with not only wins on the qualifying series, but strong showings on his opportunities on the championship tour early on in 2016. That rookie discussion continues.
Well, one of the main coaches here for Gabriel to make sure everything's good. And here's Gabriel.
Well, let's have a look what our former world champion can do. Up and riding, little inspection of that wave, but that's about it for Medina. Little score checks in for Fioravanti, a 3.27 early on.
This event, you know, has no shame. He is not intimidated by anybody on this championship tour. Holds a lot of confidence as he's up and riding again.
Another little look for Fioravanti there, early stages of this heat. Let's talk a little bit about Stuart Kennedy. The working man's champion, right?
Yeah, he sure is.
Yep.
You know, and he's well loved by all of the Australian fans. You know, he's been on the championship tour just this year as a rookie, but has been working. He's not a new face to the WSL.
Well, let's have a look at Stuart Kennedy. He's been displaying speed of incredible proportions at Snapper Rocks, great showing at Bells as well. And Stuart Kennedy will get going here with his opening ride.
Daniel Thompson, a shaper who you know, is using a lot of different things in order to design his equipment. We'll get to that after we watch Leo here.
Well, Leo, nice big open slash for him. He's got a very big, mature style for a young man, just 18 years old, but he surfs way above his years as far as his decision-making as well, Pete. He's a very smart competitor and a great responsive surfer.
Well, that's exactly right. We watched Leo here. This is actually Stu Kennedy here for the first replay, but this is what he was doing in the Gold Coast. Those big, long, strong arcs. Judges were loving that, eating it up. You know, this wave, not giving him the opportunity through the inside, but nice, strong turn there from Stu Kennedy. You know, it's going to be a mid-range score. You only get 2 throwaways a year, so he's going to be counting a 9th no matter what.
Yep.
Yeah, whether he finishes quarterfinals all the way to the rest of the season. But this is a funny year, right? This is a year that we have yet to see as we watch a beautiful wave there by Leo Fioravanti.
Well, these are the topics that keep us glued to the sport, because young surfers like this man, Fioravanti, are just here to shake up the order.
Wow.
And that is a very efficient wave from Leonardo Fioravanti there as he delivers through to the inside. And have a look
From Leo that he's got him in the lead, a 3.27 and a 3.87. But this wave right here, a lot of variety, which I like about it. Nice little attack there, layback snap, you know, and patience again, hooking snap one more time, and then the finish here, getting a bit more flair with the tail whip, reverse, and finishes strong. This is going to be the best wave of the heat so far. I don't know if it's going to go into the excellent range, probably in that middle good range. Nothing of real substance. This is the first wave of the heat. That's where it will be set for the rest of it as we see Gabriel Medina making a move.
Well, let's have a look and see what Medina can come up with here. He's lying second in the heat. That's a great crack to start for Medina. He is so powerful on the rail. We speak about how little weakness he has. And well, talk about the ocean breathing. Medina goes to the air, but it'll be a throwaway in the context of the heat, let's hope, because Medina needs to build some numbers here.
Forehand, he's got a lot of variety going both directions. You watch here, just this very strong snap, perfectly timed for the backside lipper. He sees the backwash coming there, he navigates it well. But then if he had just pulled this last move there, again, the backwash and breathing, wasn't able to have that cat-like reflexes as mom watches on.
7.6, that's that barometer score we're speaking about. So strong rail work from Fioravanti has him out front in this heat. Let's have a look at Stuart Kennedy. Here is his contribution. There's that slice. We've seen it all the way through the Australian leg. That's efficient from Stuart Kennedy as well. 2 big hits for him.
Folks, there's not a huge ocean. Matter of fact, there's just a sea that creates the waves there. But you know, he's in the water right now, Leo Fioravanti. You know, he spent a lot of time traveling the world. That's one of the things that, you know, he started out his career being able to be on the Quicksilver team, and given the opportunities to travel the world, and that's really, you know, he spent a lot of time in Hawaii, France, and everywhere else in the globe.
Yeah, Leonardo Fioravanti, a topic of discussion, but this man here, Stu Kennedy from Lennox Head, Australia, will post another score. He is lying second in the order here, holds a 5.83, but has got to replace the 3.17 and start looking for bigger numbers now.
Yeah, especially out there in conditions like they are right now. As we watch the replay here of Stuart Kennedy again, he's got that long arc. That one there, he cut a bit short to be able to fit that final move in. So 2 maneuvers there. As that wave shuts down, take a look again as he extends his body, gets that arm, puts it in there, rotates around the front shoulder. That time slides the tail a little bit just because he needs to get back into the lip before that wave shuts down. Was able to do that. Is you hearing a vocal crowd? I mean, every once in a while I can hear a little bit of applause going on.
You know, definitely. You know, it's day one, and I think actually, reality, there wasn't even this many people on day one down there at Postino. I don't think this place is actually getting filled up. I think surfing is becoming more and more of a national sport down here with the world champions in there.
This is just a debut, and maybe someday, cross our fingers, we could see actually surfing the Olympics. I know that's in the works.
Well, let's see what's in the works here for Leonardo Fioravanti. He's kept himself busy here. Beautiful rasping turn. He's got such a solid rail, has Fioravanti, as he spills over on
as soon as you said that,
yeah, right. The commentator's curse. Wild card here at the Oi Rio Pro. Out in the water though, Fioravanti will give way as Stu Kennedy has a little look for an opportunity. 6 minutes to go now, Pete. We're starting to drain not only the tide going out, the sand and the egg timers going out as well here. We need to see something from Medina. He holds priority, and here he goes, a little left-hander, and it's going to be a shutdown opportunity. So all 3 surfers there, a little bit of movement, not much in the way of points. Yep, and as the time clicks away, let's have a look at the recap of what's happened in the last 25 minutes. It has been a Leo Fioravanti story. He's up against a tough heat here, but he has surfed with authority on the rail, and he is doing a great job with the heat lead.
Yeah, he has. You know, he got the 7.60 and a 4.23 to have that lead. This is the 7.6. Attack the lip, the layback, pulls it back around. And then the nice strong finish, another big snap. I mean, that was a tough section. He was able to lay into it, gets a little reverse to finish. And then this is Stu Kennedy, who had a 5.83 for this one. Nice strong turn there. Finishes with the big float. Free falls to the bottom, pulls it off. And then again, very similar wave for his, a 5.10. This one there drifts at the end of this, but able to get back up and get that final closeout move. Not as strong as his finish move in the wave previous, which affected his score. But the quiet man, Gabriel Medina, only a 5.33 as his best wave so far.
Pete, so while we were recapping this is what Stu Kennedy's picked up. He's on the hunt for points here.
Well, and see what he does is this is his first turn. Again, loose off the, drifts the fins, and then goes up almost past vertical, and then the closeout move. So this is going to be his best wave. Stu Kennedy looking for a 6.01 to steal the lead from Leo Fioravanti.
Have a look at the patrolling going on here. Stewie Kennedy's following Fioravanti here now. This is Leo's roll of the dice. It is the 1 minute to go. He has priority. Now he'll exercise it, looking for the score. It's not a big number required. He'll flow beautifully. We've spoken about his rail work. We saw it on display in Margaret River. It's a complicated little wave on the inside, and he'll get the work done though. So a working score there. Now Medina on the hunt as well. Beautiful technique from Gabriel. The crowd will respond straight away. That is Gabriel Medina in full force right there. He can just pull numbers out of the hat like a magician there, Pete. What are you thinking?
What a finish. I love seeing that in the last 2 minutes where you get the 2 surfers from behind having to pick up scores, and now a third.
Well, there's more to the story as Kennedy goes to the air. Kennedy Space Center right there.
Gabriel Medina, this is the next story here. Let's take a look at the replay here. Great wave choice. This wave had an open face all the way down the line. He knew that. He wasn't going to have, he's going to be given the opportunity. Right here, you can see the backwash. Times it perfectly. Somehow pulls it out with speed and then gets the finish move, attacking the lip. That's going to be plenty. He knows that. But then this, the big air move here. Beautiful air. Gets up, nose picks it, slides around easily, keeps it going down the line, and able to get the finish move. Now, he needed a 7.6 before Leo's score, so that's going to change. I think Leo's going to bring up the ante there, and I think Gabriel's going to need somewhere in the 8.5-ish range, you know, in that excellent. I don't know if it's going to go quite that high, so I feel like Leo's going to take this heat win.
Well, let's have a look and see how it digests. We are waiting for scores, so the beach announcer will just have the next heat on hold. And, well, this will just be a little run to the beach for Gabriel Medina. He is expecting a score. And, Pete, as you said, there it was a 7.6, but it's going to probably jump to a higher requirement.
Yeah.
Numbers check in for Leonardo Fioravanti. He grounded that score out during that last minute there for a 6.7. So sneaks ahead of Stu Kennedy. But now it's an 8.97 requirement for Medina. What are you thinking now?
And I just don't see it going that high. You know, the air was nice. He did finish the wave. It needed to be, you know, if you want to see something go into that excellent, almost in nines, that maneuver needed to be like a full rotation air. Like he did the nose pick air. We've seen that from him before. It was clean and smooth. You know, and the scores coming in here is not going to nearly be enough.
Okay, so the panel doing their work here. A 6.47 will log in. It's not going to be enough. And, well, that'll wrap up heat number 2 here with Fioravanti at the top of that draw. 3-man heat, and Leonardo Fioravanti will leap through to round 3 of competition.